Good morning, insurance agents all across the country, and welcome to the premiere episode of our new morning show, Near and Far, where we're going to be bringing to you a wide range of content on all aspects of the senior market and things going on here at NNF every single day. So excited for our first episode to be joined by my partner in crime, my good friend, Jill Henderson. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to all of you agents.
Yeah. So this is really an exciting day for us because we've really been talking about this concept, not just the video studio that we really started with Insight, but this morning show concept as part of our larger initiative on trying to bring better content to our agents. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you. I was so excited in the car this morning, knowing that we were coming in and gonna put the first episode together.
Oh, absolutely! It's really exciting to see an idea come from so far away to here it is today.
Yeah. Well, certainly in the time that we've been together, I mean, we've been doing this together now for 8 years. We've had a lot of stuff that, we cooked up in the lab and then it just kind of fizzled out.
Away.
Yeah. And then we've had other things that just like really great stuff. But, this show, I think is really going to help us connect with our agents on a daily basis. And I'm so excited to get started.
Yeah, I think agents are hungry for video, and I think that we will impart a lot of knowledge, tips, tricks, and ideas and industry knowledge that they will totally eat up.
Yeah, and one of the things here at Neishloss and Fleming that we really try to pride ourselves on is really trying to listen. And that's something that we're coaching, like from our marketers all the way through our sales team, our service team is, listen to what the agents are saying. And sometimes, it's what you guys and girls are saying to us without even verbalizing it. We looked at statistics kind of like on our email blasts and social content, different things. And the items we had with video always seemed to really pop.
Way up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, this is really going to be kind of the centerpiece item in terms of content delivery we've got with our agents. But, we've got so much more to bring to the table. So many things that I think we can be really excited about.
Yeah, I mean, just what I know is being created right now is so incredible. Can't wait for everyone to see it and get the feedback from the agents.
Yeah. So beyond Near and Far, now this show will be going off during the AEP twice a week, and then starting in January, every single morning at 7 a.m., you'll be able to watch this show. But you'll only be able to watch it if you're subscribed. Otherwise, you won't know that it's happening. So jump down there, hit the subscribe and like button to make sure that whenever this show pops up and it's ready to go, you're getting a notification. But beyond the daily show, we're going to have some monthly spots that there's a lot of people here at the office, really talented people working on. So why don't we talk about this? Why don't we share them?
Yeah, I think it's the perfect time.
Yeah. So one of the things that I think was really exciting as we started talking through like what's the concept for the video project was bringing back Senior Moment.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean that was a show that Josh Smith is leading, one of our agency sales directors, and we had it a couple years ago, and I think it's gonna, at least the feel that I've got for it is it's still gonna have the same flavor, that sort of mix of insurance information with almost like a Saturday Night Live skit feel.
Yes, some of the prototypes are really funny, and I think you're going to see a lot of our team really show, and stretch and show their personalities, which is so exciting for us.
Yeah, no, I remember the episodes that we had shot a couple years back. We watched
we
one
laughed
of the,
and laughed.
Oh, we laughed so hard, it was great. Then we've got your show that you're leading on Broker Gadgets. Why don't you talk about a little bit about that?
So for Broker Gadgets, we're going to try to give the agents some insight into some of the tools and value props that we have here at Neishloss and Fleming that you can use to increase your business in the field. So we're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive, like in 5 to 10 minute segments, and show you what we got.
Yeah. Well, and it's such a great point. Like when we were talking about, what's the content? There's so many things that, and I hear marketers talking about this all the time. I'll be rolling through the office and, someone's talking to an agent about something that we've offered for years and they don't know. And I guess that's on us. I guess we're not effectively communicating well enough. Hey, do you realize that we have this lead program? Hey, do you realize that we do, these other types of things that can help the agents grow their business? So I think it's a great idea to really focus on those things to help them grow. Now this next one, I'm a graphics guy. I like visuals. You're the same way.
Same way.
Yeah. I love the graphic we put together for the NF Say What. That's really focused on scenarios where our service team is interacting to help the agents. And I think the thing I love most about this graphics is when I looked at it, it looked to me like a quilt. And I guess the comparable I drew in my head, and I don't know if that was why you put it together this way, but our service team does so many different things that in and of themselves, it's hard to kind of quantify what they are. But together, it's like throwing a blanket of love and protection around our agents and saying, hey, we're just going to keep you clean. We'll keep you warm. You just go out and sell. We're going to take care of you. That's what this said to me, just in a really strong way.
I think as the service team tries to create, different visuals for agents on what they do, it gets really difficult because they are handed so many different scenarios that come in. So we thought Say What was pretty good because we want the agents to know that we're here to help them with anything from certifications to commissions to contracting, anything to take that off your plate so you can get out there and sell more in the field.
And I it was so neat when Christine kind of talked about the title for it. Say What? Because I've been here a long time. And, back in the day when we didn't have, everybody was doing everything. I can remember getting some of these phone calls. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? It's like, wait, what's going on with your client? What did the insurance company tell you? Because those are some of the best ones. When our agents call into the insurance company and they're looking for a commission and you get someone.
You have no idea where they're coming from.
Yeah. So no, I think that's going to be a great one. Now this last one, Know It All. I love the graphic on it. I love sort of the cartoonish Albert Einstein that we've got going on that. What is Know It All? Why don't you tell our agents about that?
So Know It All is taking some of the best practices of some of our agents and trying to share them with our entire agent base without defining who the agent is. Because obviously we don't want to talk to our top producer and say, come on our show and share your ideas, because they're very reluctant to share their secrets. So we try to put some frame around it with generic people.
Yeah. Well, this idea came from that email series that you and I developed. Maybe was it 5 years ago? Yeah, it was about 5 years ago. Meet Bob, and that's kind of what we were trying to do. Like we'd say, okay, here's this agent that's one of our top producers. Here's what they're doing to kill it, or here's what they're doing that's just so outside of the box. And it was sort of like the witness protection program, where it's change the names to protect the innocent. But that I think is a really nice step forward from that concept that we were using a long while ago. And that's the thing that I know you and I've talked about with integrity, and talked a little bit about it at Insight when we were developing the concept for the roundtable session that I did with Ryan and Brent and Jeremy and Hunter. Was we love being able to trade ideas with now our partners in integrity, but we think about the agents. Who are they trading ideas with? One of the things that brings to mind was when I worked at Rolling Hills Country Club. When I first met Eric, way before it was hey, come and work at Neishloss and Fleming. I can remember Eric used to play golf with this group of guys. It was the insurance guy group, right? I can remember asking him hey, Mr. Neishloss, why do the insurance guys just hang out with the insurance guys? Do you not like the bankers? What?
Yeah.
What's the story? Why do you guys all hang out? And he said, we're just out there trading ideas, man. Talking about what this guy's doing that's going well, or vice versa, and sharing stuff. And this enables us to help a lot of these agents get ideas from outside of their golf group. It's from agents all across the country who are doing really cool stuff.
So it's like a virtual support group because, you go home, you talk to your family and your friends, and people really don't understand this industry. So it's nice to have people that can talk the talk, right?
Well, you talk about people not understanding the industry. I mean, for the longest time, my kids thought that we gave health care to people. We were actually administering care.
We're out there with our doctor kit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But please do not let me be administering flu shots or COVID tests to people. Yeah. That would be bad news. But beyond just these monthly spots, we've got some other things that we're going to be doing sort of on a quarterly scheduled basis. I know that you've been working with Bill Kaufman and really trying to help him let people know that we do under 65 medical, and there's so many people that don't even know that.
Still such a great opportunity, and he's definitely going to share some of the industry news in that forum as well.
Yeah. And we've got some other items that we're working on a quarterly basis. One of them specifically, we're calling the fireside chat. And that was a concept that came, Jill and I were at a meeting in New York and we're so lucky to get a tour of the Goldman Sachs facility, which was impressive.
Impressive,
Yeah.
yes.
So I just remember you and I talking, I might have been on the bus on the way back, because they had this amphitheater set up with just these like 2 chairs. And I guess Goldman, they do on some sort of regular basis, these talks with industry leaders just about these cool things that are happening and what's going on. And that was kind of the impetus behind, like, when can we sit down with some really significant people who've just got next level insight to share and really bring that to our agents the same way Goldman's bringing that to their investors.
So it's interesting because probably the agents are like, well, who is going to be within the fireside chats? And I think we have some really good guests lined up.
Yeah, but no teasers.
No teasers.
No teasers.
Nope.
You'll have to wait for it.
No teasers.
So in terms of moving past our video, today is October 15th. It's the first day of the AEP.
Mm-hmm.
This is always, like, I always loved October 15th because when agents were still faxing apps to us, I used to like get up early. Like, it was like, because I'm not a super morning person.
Yes.
You
are
are
opposite in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I would set my alarm for 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm popping up and I get to the office, and then I just watch the fax machine start to run at 6 a.m. But it always used to blow my mind that it's like 6:30 in the morning on the 15th of October, and here we've got like Bob Wozniak from Idaho. He's faxing in 30 apps already. It's like, just remember, you cannot take possession of that app before the 15th of October, even though we know there's probably little of that going on. Don't tell anybody. No, but in all seriousness, if you're really that good of an agent that you're faxing in 30 apps like the morning of the 15th, we love you. Thank you so much for that skill set. But we've been really looking at this AEP, and we talked about during Insight, and we've talked about other points in time. Does this AEP feel different to you? I mean, we were wondering all along, like, how will COVID impact it? And I just know from the conversations I've had with agents, I've got some people in areas of the country that are saying it's exactly the same. It's no different than last year. I'm out there running in-home appointments and all this stuff. We've got other people who've said they're calling their lead cards and they're like, yeah, there's no chance I'm going to see you. I mean, what are you hearing from agents?
I think that we're hearing such a spectrum, and it does seem to be geographical driven. Like, I know here in Pennsylvania, the governor has us pretty locked down. Very strict. We're all in masks and everywhere. So we're trying to prepare our agents for every single situation that they'll run into.
Yeah. Well, and that's the scenario that's near. You talk about scenarios that are far. Like we talked with Brent and the team out in Premier. There's been points in time when we've talked to them, and it's like COVID doesn't exist. It's just kind of an interesting thing that I know. I don't want to say we struggle with, but we spend a lot of time trying to have our agents prepared for any eventuality. And, they've talked, various medical experts about, this second surge that's coming and how they can project that. I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's why they're actually administering the healthcare, and we just talked about it.
Yes. Yep.
But, if that second surge comes, how does that impact it? How does that change what agents are doing?
So I think the best thing that we've done this year is Integrity has provided Medicare Center for all of our agents. So it's a great new tool that offers the agent the ability to compliantly and electronically enroll all of their clients. You can quote, you can text them, you can text to enroll. So we have given them that option. Very exciting. Yeah,
text to enroll, I think, is really neat because there's a lot of things in my personal life that all of a sudden I'm getting text messages about where before it was email. But it's neat that you talked about Medicare Center being new because technically Medicare Center has been new every single year. It's like, oh, this is the 2019 version. This is the 2020 version. But a lot of times it's just been like tweaks. Like, oh, well, we changed the color of this font here. Oh, we moved this button from here to here. Medicare Center is really all new this year.
Yep.
I mean, the functionality that the team at Thomas Arts has really worked to put together, and what a great new partner they've been for us. I mean, holy man.
Incredible.
Yeah. But it is really almost like a completely new tool for agents who've been utilizing it thus far, over the last couple of years.
Right. So the agent has the ability to log in, and every agent has to create a new login. That's something we really want to enforce today. So you have the learning library that gives you all kinds of assets to work in the industry, from guides to how to work remote to health and life, different documents. It has a CRM. So most agents struggle with, how do I organize my daily business? So it's almost like an online Rolodex, which is very exciting. And then you have the 3 electronic tools. You have Medicare app, which is ConnectSure.
Which is the basically like the old Medicare Center.
Correct.
Right? It's like the legacy tool.
Correct, which now has a blue button. You have Medicare Link, which is Sunfire, which has Shop by Doc, which is very exciting. And then you have CSG, all built into single sign-on. So you don't have to know all these logins like you do with all of the different carrier tools that are out there as well.
And the single sign-on, I think, is really the biggest factor. I mean, I know that when I've got my password file that I've got hundreds of, and that's just the work stuff. Like that's not even like my all my sports stuff, like all the websites that I'm on, that. It's none of that. I mean, I can't imagine if I'm an insurance agent and I'm trying to keep track of my password for UHC Jarvis and Producer World with that, and all of these sites. It's like, oh my, and beyond that, it's not even just the passwords. It's like, oh, how do I know where to go? How do I know the navigation? Like, just think about our agents like here in Western Pennsylvania, near to us. Realistically speaking, in terms of just the MA stuff, not even the Med Sup that's on CSG, you're talking about like the big players. You got Highmark, UPMC, Aetna, United, Humana, Allwell, Gateway. Like there's 7 companies just right off the top of my head. Like, do you want to learn 7 online enrollment systems going through the AEP? Like, you're trying to manage your schedule. You're like, which clients will meet with me in person? Which clients need me to wear, a full face shield? Like, I mean, and then you add to that, like, okay, I need 7 different navigations on my online enrollment tool. Like that's the biggest thing for me about when we've talked about Medicare Center is one system, one navigation.
One login right there.
Yeah. But could you talk just a little bit more about that registration thing? You mentioned that just a little bit ago. I know that was my biggest takeaway when kind of the sales team met and we were going over the information about what was new that we really had to hammer on to make sure that we understood, because that is causing a little bit of confusion with agents specifically that have been using it. And we had so many more agents use it starting in March with COVID. Like utilization just went off the charts. But can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so the current system is MedicareCenter.com, and every agent has to go and log in with their NPN, even if they had a login for Medicare Center 2020. We have to re-emphasize this. Again, every single person has to log in. You'll log in with your NPN, your name, your phone number, and an email address, and then the system will send you an email address from service@integritymarketing.com to the email address you registered with. You have to find it. It may have landed in spam. We can help you find it if it goes there. You have to click the link, which sets the account going, and it turns you right back to the home page, and you're ready to go. We're finding that people are getting in there, trying to use their old password, trying to reset. Again, everyone needs a new password.
But the agents who've gone through that process that we've explained it to, they're in and they're like, holy man, is this top notch? It's really great stuff. So we're only a couple weeks away from Halloween. And that's always been a big Neishloss and Fleming holiday. Now we don't quite do it like Brent and the team at Premier do, because they're off the they're off the hook. I'm willing to cede to our partners out in Nebraska that they do Halloween a little bit better than we do. But we've had some good ones here.
We have had some very good ones.
Do you want to take a walk down memory lane?
We can. Oh yes.
Oh, there it is. I think that one is our best tag team costume. And I claim no credit for that one. That was all you. You basically said to me, like, here's what you need to wear tomorrow. And then I show up and you hand me this garden tool and this wooden box. I'm like, what are we?
And
like,
don't smile. Yeah. And don't smile. Yeah.
We're American. I'll tell you what, we're looking a little different now, huh?
Yeah, we've aged still just a little bit. This business can be taxing at times.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the biggest difference for you is, when Jackie got pregnant with your first grandchild, that's when you made the tactical decision, like,
no more dyeing my hair.
No more coloring.
It's all natural.
Yeah. Well, and mine's really grown out. Like I've got a completely different look now.
Yep.
But I have to say that the single greatest costume in Neishloss and Fleming history, and I'm not just pumping their tires because it's Tom and Maggie, but when they were Silence of the Lambs together, like, holy man, that was absurd how good they were.
It was shocking when they walked in how realistic they were.
Yeah.
I mean, and they always got into it with different costumes, but this was their best one for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Maggie with the Clarice Starling role,
yes.
I mean, she totally had it. And certainly the hair helps. But like Tom walking around with that mask on, and his eyes would just be so flat. Like, I honestly thought he was going to try to eat my face.
I know. Fry it up for dinner. Yeah.
With some what was that? With some fava, Chianti and fava beans.
Yes, that's right.
So I had asked you, like, give me a favorite costume. And you gave me one, and I give one. This was one of my favorites. This was when my son Billy, I think it was maybe 4, and he wanted to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I was like, all right, man, I'll be Luke Skywalker with you. And this was right before we went trick-or-treating. But it was funny to me. I was showing this picture to a friend as we were prepping for this episode a couple days ago, and so if Billy was 4 there, I was 32, and I look like I'm 10.
You do look a little young. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that's to my benefit. My mom always used to say to me, I used to get so upset when I was like 16, I looked like I was 12, and like trying to get a date, like, forget about it. It's like, who's this little baby? But now I guess it's to my benefit.
Yeah. I would say it's to your benefit now, for sure.
Now this one is a great one. You've had some really good individual costumes, but this one, like, insurance appropriate, was totally cool.
So I think I like to spoof the letters that are within our industry all the time. I think when I came to this industry, I used to work for PlayStation, and I took the leap to Medicare, and so much of it was just words that did not stick in my brain. I sat outside of Bill's office and I would say, stop, what does that mean? Stop, what does that mean? So one of the funniest ones to me was every year all the agents have to take a test called AHIP. And I'm like, why is it called AHIP? I'm thinking AHIP. So I sort of spoofed it, and I did AHIP. Nobody got it in the office that day. I think they were very confused, and they felt very pressured when I would say, what am I? And they'd say, skeleton. So that was one of my funniest ones. It still makes me laugh. So,
yeah. Well, you sort of had like an original Karate Kid, like you remember in the Halloween party, the Cobra Kai guys were all dressed up like skeletons. Like, you had that feel, but it's funny that the acronym thing, because I didn't even realize it when you first started, and we'd be in a meeting or talking, you're like, acronym. And there's so much of that, like, and we actually, in talking with our group, it's like, hey, make sure that when you're using these acronyms, be sure the person on the other end of that phone knows what you're talking, knows what you're saying. Like, that was a really good lesson for us. So what are you doing for Halloween this year?
Yet to be told or released or revealed.
Well,
it's a big surprise.
It's a big secret.
Yes, we have game time this year with Integrity, and they have some Halloween week activities too. So it's going to be revealed soon.
So is this just that you can't share with our viewers? You can tell me off camera?
No, I'm not sharing.
It's a
big secret.
Do you see this? This is my partner in crime.
I don't want you stealing it for your team.
I am not an idea stealer. That's never been my way.
Never.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to really try to see if I can steal Jill's idea, and at least give it to you guys on next week's episodes. I will do my very best. Okay. All of my skills trying to get it out of you. I'm gonna do my best.
Good luck.
Yeah. So talking about next week, Next week, we're going to have our next episode on Tuesday, October 20th. And again, all of these episodes released to our YouTube channel at 7 a.m. Between now and the end of AEP, you're going to see it every Tuesday and Thursday morning. So wake up, get a shower, get your coffee, open up your phone, 7 o'clock, join us on Near and Far. We're so excited to bring this to you. Jill, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, love to be here.
Yeah, so excited to bring this to you. Agents, have a great day. We appreciate you. Take care.